Hello and welcome. Today, we are cracking open the blueprint for building your very own personalized AI. We're not just going to talk about using AI, now we're going to dive into the really exciting world of creating it.
And I love this quote from Dr. Vernette Grant because it just nails it. This is our whole theme today. It's about shifting from being a passive user to actually taking the reins yourself. And look, this isn't some far-off futuristic dream anymore. It's a tangible skill you can start building right now. And we're going to walk through that roadmap together.
Okay, so let's get into this first big idea, making that leap from simply using AI to actually, building it. We're going to demystify this whole process and get you on the path to making your very first project.
That's absolutely right. We're living in a time where you can build anything from a personal research assistant that really gets your notes to a custom system that automatically sorts all your photos. And the best part? You don't need a giant, expensive lab to get started. It's more accessible than it has ever been. So how does an AI actually think? To become a creator, we've got to peek under the hood and understand the fundamental building blocks. So let's break down the core components that really make an AI tick. The first key concept you're going to hear a lot about is the neural network. The best way to think of it is as a digital brain. It's not about hard-coded rules, it's all about learning. It literally sifts through huge amounts of data to find patterns, kind of like how we learn from experience. On the other hand, we've got something called a decision tree. Now, if a neural network is a flexible brain, a decision tree is more like a straightforward logic map. It makes choices by following a very clear, predefined set of if this, then that rules. It's structured, it's predictable, and it's incredibly useful for certain kinds of tasks. So let's just put them side by side for a second. You've got the digital brains, your neural networks, that learn and adapt. And then you have the logic maps, the decision trees that follow a really strict path. Understanding the difference between these two is absolutely key to picking the right tool for whatever project you dream up. But here's the kicker. Neither of these models can do a single thing on their own. The one thing that ties them both together is this. Data is everything. High-quality data is the fuel that your AI runs on. And by quality, I mean it's clean, it's relevant, and it's organized. Without that fuel, even the most powerful digital brain is totally useless.
All right, enough theory. Let's see how this all comes together in practice. It is time to get our hands dirty with a concrete plan for your very first AI.
It really boils down to 4 clear phases. First, you've got to define your purpose. What problem are you actually trying to solve? Second, you gather your tools. Third, you train your model, using that all-important data we just talked about. And finally, you test, you refine, and you repeat. It's a cycle of constant improvement. So what about the tools? Well, here are the essentials to get you started. You'll definitely want to use Python. It's pretty much the go-to language in the AI world, with tons of support. For your framework, TensorFlow Lite is fantastic because it's designed to run AI on smaller devices, like your phone. And maybe the best part is you don't have to start from scratch. You can use pre-trained models, which give you this powerful foundation to build right on top of. Now, starting this journey is incredibly rewarding, but we gotta be realistic. Building AI is not a straight line. It's a path with twists, turns, a few frustrations, but also some incredible moments of discovery. So, let's just ask the question everyone's thinking. Is it going to work perfectly the first time you run it? Well, the honest answer is almost definitely not, and that is completely okay. In fact, that's where the real learning kicks in. This whole journey really has 2 sides to it. On one hand, yeah, you're gonna face challenges, debugging code, cleaning up messy data, but for every single challenge, there's a triumph. There's the thrill of problem solving, that amazing aha moment when it finally clicks, and just the sheer joy of watching your own creation come to life and actually work. Now, while you're deep in the code and training models, there's a really important conversation we have to have: ethics. As a builder, you're going to quickly run into real-world questions about stuff like user privacy and making sure your AI is fair and unbiased. This isn't some extra credit assignment. It's a core part of building something that works well and responsibly in the real world. Okay, so you've built your first model, you've navigated those initial challenges, so what's next? This isn't the end of the road. Oh no, it's just the beginning of a much bigger adventure. Let's look at how you can take what you've built and push it even further. For starters, you can give your AI new skills by connecting it to APIs. They're like bridges to other apps and data sources. If you need more horsepower, you can scale up using cloud computing.
As you get more comfortable, you can explore more advanced models. And maybe most importantly, you can connect with a community. Join forums, collaborate with other builders, and share what you learn.
I want to leave you with another fantastic piece of wisdom from Dr. Grant. This just perfectly captures the spirit of what it means to build AI today. It's not about being some scientist in a sterile lab coat. It's about having the curiosity to just ask what if, and then having the roadmap to go find out.
And that brings us to the final and most important question. We've deconstructed the concepts. We've laid out the steps. The blueprint is now officially in your hands. So, the only real question left to answer is, what will you build?